In this video, we are going to deal with the fish production topic. As you all know that fish is very cheap and at the same time rich source of animal protein for us, and many of us are very fond of eating fish. Fish production basically includes the finned true fish as well as the shellfish such as prawns and mollusks. We all know that prawns are very proteinaceous in nature. Children, this fish production is a very important topic of this chapter. So let's see how fish can be obtained. Children, we can obtain fish in two ways. The first one is capture fishing. In capture fishing, nothing is done, but just simply the nets are being used. Nets are put into the water bodies and the fish are captured. Culture fishing is quite different from capture fishing, and in culture fishing, actually we are going to set up a reservoir or in a big space or in a big structure, water is stored, and then seedlings of fish are being put. Seedlings means the eggs of fish. They are being put in that reservoir and then they grow into the mature fish. So this process is called as culture fishing. Culture fishing can be done both for the freshwater as well as for the marine water fish. Children, in day-to-day life, we must have seen certain freshwater fish which are available in the market, and very common is rohu. There are some very popular marine water fish also. For example, pomfret, then mackerel, tuna, sardines and Bombay duck. For capturing marine water fish, fishing nets are being used and they are put into the sea water from fishing boats, and yields can be increased if the fisherman is using the scientific technologies. It means by locating the large schools of fish in the open sea, and this can be done with the help of satellites and echo sounders. So this is going to be very helpful in order to get high yield from the sea. Now, apart from this capture fishing, we are going to deal with the two types of culture fishing also. Culture fishing, as I have already told you, is being done by setting up a reservoir manually and then putting seedlings into it. Culture fishing can be of two types. If the freshwater fishes are being reared or developed in the reservoir, then it will be called as aquaculture. And if marine water fishes are being reared or developed, then that type of culture fishing will be called as mariculture. There are some marine water fish which are of very high economic value, and this includes the fin fish such as bhetki, mullets and pearl spots, as well as the shellfish. Examples are prawns, mussels and oysters. You must know that oysters are also cultivated in order to get pearls, as oysters provide us pearls which are very important and have high value. Children, sometimes what happens, fish culture can be done in the paddy field also. As we all know that paddy field retains a lot of water, and in that huge amount of water, fish can be grown. So farmers can get a lot of profit by having both the paddy production as well as by obtaining fish which can be sold in the market. Now let's move to the next topic, that is inland fisheries. Let's see what happens in inland fisheries. Actually, what happens, a piece of land is chosen, for example, a pond, and in that piece of land, fish are grown. Different fish species are grown, and or we can say being cultured, and farmer has very good chance to get heavy profit out of it. In this uh, uh, type of culture, a farmer can choose a combination of few varieties of fish. For example, say 5 to 6 varieties can be very easily chosen and can be cultured in the same piece of land here, that is the pond. And this combination which farmer is going to choose has certain rules. For example, here we can take a combination of 3 varieties of fish. These 3 varieties are living in different zones of the pond. For example, the first variety which we have chosen, they are surface feeder, and this can be Katla. Katla generally remains in the upper surface, near the surface of the pond, and they obtain their food from this zone only, and they live comfortably here. They do not go down. The next variety which can be chosen will be the variety which lives in the middle zone, or we can say which obtain their food from the middle zone. And we have one such variety, very common, Rohu. Rohu again will not try to go up or down, as it is very comfortable here and obtain its food here from this middle region of the pond itself. And then the third variety which we will have will be the bottom feeders. And one very good example of bottom feeder is Mrigal. We have one more example for bottom feeder, and that is common carp. So children, these common carps obtain its food right from the bottom part of the pond. So very clearly we can see that there will not be any kind of competition for food among these 3 varieties of the fish which are being chosen here. And the reason is that they remain present in different regions of the pond, and they are very comfortable over there. This type of fishery or this type of culture is called as composite culture. So in composite culture, we can say that a combination of 5 to 6, generally 5 to 6, or we can have the 3 varieties as we have seen right now. 5 to 6 species of fish are grown, and these fish can be of both types, that is local and imported. Now about the advantages of composite fishing. As we have seen that the fish remain in different zones, so there would be maximum utilization of nutrients which are being provided by the farmer here. So there will be no wastage of nutrients and maximum utilization. The next very good advantage is that a variety of fish can be obtained. As you can see here, from the same pond at the same time, at least 3 varieties of fish can be obtained. So farmer is in good position to get heavy profit. So this is all about the composite